Evening all, and welcome to episode 66 of season 8 of Factory Town, where last episode we had loads of trains with no fueling, and I think I have fixed that off camera because it's a fairly simple fix, and yeah, I can just show it to you. So we have these now in certain places between the rails, just before a return rail. I kind of realised I should have done it differently and had it just after return rail. That would have made so much more sense, but yeah. I've got a forester that's putting trees into a barn, and some wells putting water into a barn, and that feeds the trains enough. That seems to work. And we've got two of them on each side, so we've got 1 and 2 here. This is what I mean by I should have kind of probably put this in here. Now I think about it, put the barns in there. I can still do that, because then trains going down here don't get fueled, but they do get fueled from the one before, so maybe we'll move them. We'll see how it goes. The other thing I can do as well is, I know this doesn't protect here, but something that I thought of was I could actually have them. I could have like a coal or an iron one stop here, so to join the parking from this side, so it doesn't have to go all the way down here and back and then back up again. I don't know about that. I don't know whether I should do that or not. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I don't think it would hurt, but we'll see. But as you see, I've got two. I've got one in the corner here. So actually, there's 3 on each side. Sorry, like there's 3. So we've got 1 there, 1 here, 1 in the corner, and I've replaced the corner ones here, and then it'd be 1 here, 1 here, and 1 in the corner, and then dum, dum, 1 in the corner. This one is still full of fuel, so I'm gonna leave that in. I'm gonna leave it in for the time being. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 there, and this one is still full of fuel as well. I've actually moved the fuel thing to the side here, so I could just get rid of this. This is pretty much done, I think, anyway. So, but they're not hurting, so we'll just leave them in there. I've still got a little train there doing nothing, but everything seems to be working. Our happiness has crept back up again, which is fantastic. That's all working fine. I don't think anything else needs fixing. Everything is flowing well. Nothing looks like it's running out of things. No trains are being stopped forever in certain places. Your coal, you're going back. You're full of goods there. That's fine. How's our science coming along? We've got 103,000 industry and 47,000 nature. So yeah, this is good. This is all really, really good. So yeah. Wondering if there's any other way we can change some other things up. Well, what we can do is we can sell these books rather than have this set up like it is here. We could sell these books because that's kind of what we want to do. So we're going to get rid of all this here. We don't want this. We don't want this here anymore at all. We're not going to go up to level 3 books. They are nice, but we're looking at a happiness modifier. We're trying to get our happiness up as high as we can possibly get it. I'm not looking at money particularly, or well, it's not money, it's research. The level 3 tomes do produce happiness, level 2 happiness, but we only have 3 happiness here anyway. So we're going to sell books, we're going to sell Industrial Knowledge Volume 2 and Natural Knowledge Volume 2. And I think that'll be enough. This setup here, not including the 60% bonus, produces 1 book every 8 seconds. So that's 8 books, that's 1 book a second that's producing. And we need... are they both the same? I think they're both the same. So they... consumption is 20 seconds, and... well, consumption time's a lot quicker on that. It's only 2 minutes... it's only 2 minutes 20 seconds. Okay. Okay, that's a lot quicker than I thought consumption was there. But if it's 2 minutes 20 seconds, then we need to produce, at the moment we have 60 houses, we need to produce 60 books every 140 seconds. So 140 divided by 60 means we need 2.3 books a second. So yeah, and we're producing 1 a second. So that's going to do it. What 1 a second at means we can support 140 houses. I don't even need to use a calculator for that. I don't know why I brought a calculator for that, but yeah. And we're going to go to, I think 100 houses is the maximum we can get to once we get our happiness and everything capped up. I think 100 houses is the highest it goes to. So yeah, so this should be enough to supply our entire nation with books forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Obviously, the consumption time being 20 seconds is a bit of a bummer. Because that's going to... I've explained this before, but I need to explain it again for me. There are 2 different types of, you see here in the tooltip, but right at the bottom of that tooltip, it's got happiness duration, and then just above it, it's got consumption time. Consumption time is how often they can use a product. If there are products available, every 20 seconds they will grab them. And grab and grab and grab. But they will keep the happiness duration for 120. So if they don't get a book for another 2 minutes after they've consumed 1 book, they're still happy. They're still fine. They still remember the book. It was a really good story. So they think it's fantastic. And then after 2 minutes, they're like, oh, we're bored now. We want a new book. The issue with having such a low consumption time means that if we use trains to deliver it round, they may just deliver to one place over and over and over because it's being consumed so quickly. So quickly. Now, there are ways around that with logic. I think. Because now our delivery system, instead of we have a train going to this stop, and a train going to that stop, and a train going to another stop, we have just a train which will be full of books going around to, and it will just go to the first book, and then it will come back and it will grab the books and then go to the first one again probably, and it will only feed one. It won't spread it around the entire area. That's my concern with this new system we've got here. I'm a little concerned it's just gonna like here with the chicken, for instance. Chicken's not so bad. Chicken is 60-second consumption time with a 90 happiness. You see, that means that we don't have to feed this place chicken every 60 seconds. We have to feed it every minute and a half. No, minute and a half is 90 seconds. 2.5 minutes. So not once a minute, which is 6 seconds. It's the happiness and consumption added together. But because they're consuming every 60 seconds, if you don't build enough to deal with that consumption rate, it's going to go. It's just going to get consumed up. I hope I'm explaining that properly. It's a little weird to try and portray over in words what I'm trying to... I don't know how to explain that properly, but but I'm concerned that basically if we pick up books here at a train station and then drop them off here to be sold to this area, because that's kind of what would happen, that the train would then come back, pick up books again, and then come back here again, because by the time he's just done the back and come forward again, 20 seconds have passed and all the people have eaten the books again, basically. They've consumed the books again. So I need to figure out a way to prevent that happening. And unfortunately, the only way I can think of doing that is, once again, changing the trains to having... I haven't done the tags. Need to do that as well. But change the trains to having a dedicated train that comes here, and a dedicated train that goes somewhere else, a dedicated train somewhere else. See, that's there is a way to do it with logic as well. You can do it with logic and a timer. that's one as well that can be done here. There is a stop underneath here, and the stop is letting anything get dropped into the train station. So what we could do, for instance, is we could figure out, hey, how many books do you need every so we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 12 18, we've got 24, so there'll be 24 houses in this town. Okay, so if we say there's 24 houses and we go, you want to use an industrial book, we'll aim at the happiness duration. We'll go 120 seconds. We'll ignore the consumption time. We'll go 120 seconds. We'll just aim for that number there. You can add the two together, but if I just aim for the 2 minutes, that's easy enough done. So we want to go 120 seconds divided by 24. That means you need 5 books a minute delivered here. That's it. That's it. 5 books a minute. Now we know it takes our trains 5 minutes to drive it around. That's not applicable now because we've got the return rail, so it should be 2.5 minutes. So yeah, it should really be 2.5 minutes. So we could set up a timer system that basically says when a train comes by and drops off a well, let's build it. Let me actually build this. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna have to leave. I wasn't planning on having that other export there. I'm gonna have 1 2 3. Our setting things are going to be here, here, and here. So that's the rail. We don't want a rail loader. We want this to unload, and we're going to have a dedicated rail loader for the things that this is going to store. So we're going to have books. We're going to have industrial knowledge level 2. We're going to have nature knowledge level 2. Boom. Okay. That. And that should really be turned around that way. And the station should be facing the opposite way. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. Is that right? Yeah. You'll unload into the station. Okay. Then we can filter each one of these with the things we need. So book, no cargo, industrial, and nature. I'm just turning off the minecarts because we're not doing minecarts there, so it becomes train unloader. Just changing the name, it's the same thing. But we could have this here. We could have this here. So what we could do is we could have an agent trigger, or 3. We'd have 3 agent triggers or whatever. Yeah, we're going to need 3 agent triggers for this. So, actually, I'm going to have to put them back here because we don't have space for that, because there'll be another station over here doing things. So we have 3 agent triggers, and these are all going to have their offsets to here. And the offset basically means, hey, even though the agent trigger's over here, can you check the tile over here, please? So this one, oh, did that not work? Offset, do I have to right click on it? Yeah, I've got to right click on it. Nope. They'll have their offset set to -5, which means that instead of reading the tile they're in, they will read the tile that is five tiles over there. So when a train hits here, it will read, it will trigger the agent trigger and go, hey, I'm a thing. So something has happened. An agent has arrived here. So we can go, I want to filter this with books. And now this should only trigger true if the train comes by here with books. Okay. I'm getting into some advanced logic here, and I don't know if I'm going to get this correct or not, and I'm kind of doing it on the fly, so I do apologise, but I'm trying to figure out a way to to allow this to work. I mean, the other way you could do it is you could you couldn't do it by using the inventory of the station, because obviously it's going to get consumed. There are multiple ways of doing this. I've just thought of another way of doing it with a counter on the grab. You could have a grabber pull out 24 books and then wait for 2 minutes, and then pull out another 24 books, and then wait for 2 minutes, and then pull out another 24 books. That might be better than what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do here is basically go, hey, if a train arrives with books here, wait 5 seconds so the train can unload, and then turn off the train unloader, wait 2 minutes, and then turn on the train unloader again. Now that's doable. That would completely work, and that means when a train comes back up here again, it would come up here and it will go drive straight past, because the train unloader would be disabled, and only a train would come up once every 24, every whatever we set the timer to. So it'd be 2 minutes. The drawback to that is that when we go over to places like over there, the train's going to be coming over there and then going, hey, I'm ready, because the train hasn't been here for 5 minutes, because they come from here and they drive all the way around, and it's going to take 2.5 minutes to get there. So it's going to be ready, and then the train will come back, and then the train will never be able to get somewhere else because it would have consumed all the books. I actually think exporting the books, doing a counter on the exporter, would make more sense. It's a little bit of a problem because we don't have the space to do that. Do what I want to do. We don't have the space to if we did that, we had a train unloading into there. That's fine. Then we want to grab from here into a packager to unpack goods. Then from the packager, we want to export to the school. The school will be up here. In fact, no, the school can't be up here yet. This is the closest it can be right now because we haven't upgraded the town centre. So the school will be up here. I need longer tracks. Not tracks. Sorry, I need longer. I need more space between the two, because I need to count how many, not necessarily how many boxes are coming out, but it's how many books are coming out. That's the problem. And then I need to turn off the grabber. After it counts up as 24, but we'll have 24 houses here in total. We don't right now. Right now we have 16, so we could set the number to be 16 instead. Bear with me just a minute. I'm trying to get this working in my head, and I can't. So we will be right back. Okay, so we're back, and it's only been less than a minute. Because I had an idea. I had an idea of moving the trains over to the stations over to here, unloading the stations to the packages, and the packages will have a longer conveyor belt to we could put whatever here. So it could be barns, it could be... Right now I'd put barns here, but it would eventually be replaced with the markets. And then we could count stuff on the conveyor belt, and that'd be fine, and that'd work. I'd put the logic underneath here. It would be perfect. But then my brain has removed them all, but my brain saw this. Load. You can empty directly into packages. So what if, instead of doing this, instead of emptying into a train station and storing 200 here for use over time, we just stored 20 boxes. Now 20 boxes, it's 80 goods to be sold. And I don't think there's anything that gets used in what would now be technically 2.5 minutes, because the longest time a train's going to be able to go pick up and come back in is going to be 2.5 minutes. We've half that because of the return rail. I don't think there's anyone that can consume, even at 24 houses, 80 goods in 2.5 minutes. I don't think, as we're going on, actually the consumption times go up. I think this is one of the consumption times is one of the lowest ones on the industrial knowledge. But the happiness duration at 2 minutes. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's have a quick so these are 20 seconds. 20 seconds to consume one. So we've got 80 goods divided by 20. That's, hang on, it's going to be 80 divided by 80 times 20, sorry, divided by 24, because that's how many houses there could potentially be in Actum. That's just over a minute. It will take a minute to consume all of them. Then, after that 1 minute of they've consumed all the books, we've got 2 minutes before the happiness decay, which is 3 minutes, which is within our 2.5 minute boundary. And I think that's one of the fastest consumptions. This is 45 seconds. This is 90. 60. I mean, water is, can't see. Water is 20 seconds with 10-second happiness, but water we're not delivering. Water we could pump in if we really wanted to. So I'm thinking of going down that route. I think that might be a better idea. And then we just put in barns. Well, we could put in barns just here if we wanted to. You know, that would still work for us. Not that we actually need the barns there. To be honest with you, we could have these on this side still. They could still be sat on that side doing whatever they're doing there. We'll just have that as a load. Like that. And then all we do is filter these with exactly what we want in them. So we're going to have up to 4 goods. Up to 4 goods inside here. So we want, let me just copy, paste, does that work? No, it doesn't work. So we want in this one here, we're going to have standard books. We're going to have knowledge, industrial knowledge, and we're going to have natural knowledge, like that. Okay, and then we're going to have to filter all of these individually. A little bit more work, but it's okay. And then I don't think you'll let me do this. No, you won't. No. And then we've got to come here and we've got to filter this with 1, 2, and 3 like that. So it only accepts the books. It won't accept anything else. So it will only grab those into here. And we know that a packager only allows one type of good per area, so it will never use the 4th slot. If it's got books here, it won't add books to a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th slot. It will only add them in one place. So, because of that, that'll work. That'll work beautifully for us. And we can just replace the barns with like a food place or a school or whatever when the expansion, when the town gets large enough to get out here. I think that would work perfect. But I'm going to have to give it a try. We're going to have to give it a try and find out. So a little bit of experimentation. A little bit of experimentation. 1, 2, 3, like that. We're just going to copy end grabbers as that is are, because they should all be filtered already. The drawback to this is that we can do up to 4 goods, but we don't have the space for the 4th good yet. So chicken, beef, fish. No. Yeah, we can do a fourth one. We can come out the side and go in that way, and then we can come out the side and go in that way, and so on and so forth. If we need a fourth one. Right now, I think we're dealing with 3s on pretty much everything. So, yeah. Okay, so we got reinforced planks, we have pickaxes, we have chutes, and then this one's going to be filtered to none. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to take this one and we're going to go, hey, can you pick up everything and deliver to there? And can you pick up everything, deliver to there? Get another wagon and go, hey, will you pick up everything, deliver to the school? Now I also need to filter these, don't I? Yeah. Can I just copy that and paste that? Yes, I can. Awesome. Paste the barn directly onto a caravan. That worked. Sweet. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Not done that. So this is going to be our food one. We need to filter this with the 3 different food types. 1, 2, 3. And then this is going to be our iron pickaxe shoot. Okay, and I want to put this back here. We don't need this station here because these need to empty out first. These need to all empty out first. Oh, unpause the game. It do its thing. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to turn off these. To let that run out. So that we can redo some stuff. I'm going to move this house away. You're going to come down here. I'm going to move this house away. You're going to come down here. And you're going to go. Now, the trains have come up here. And you'll see this train came up and drove straight past and didn't stop anywhere. That is because right now our packager is full because the station is providing to the packager. Now this is going to help us overall because it means that we can transport our goods much further around the areas, because instead of having to fill up a train station with 200 boxes, we only need to fill it up with 10. I thought it was 20. I thought they stored 20 boxes. Ooh. That may not work as intended. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if our happiness drops. We'll see what happens. And I'm just going to kind of have to take it from there. But that's the idea. That's the idea. And we'll build that here. So sorry, this episode has been very much theory crafting again. I keep doing this. And I hate doing it because it can't be that very exciting to watch. But I'm sorry about that. But sometimes it just kind of needs to be done because, I mean, yeah, I could do this all off camera. I could go, hey, this is what I've done off camera, but then you wouldn't see the process. And I feel at least that the process is important. I feel I don't know whether you agree with me or not. Let me know whether you think these are boring doing this sort of thing, or whether you prefer to actually see it on camera. I hope you prefer to see it on camera. That's the way I prefer doing it. But you know. We'll see how it goes. So, yes, I know what we've got to do is we've got to put these back into packages, bring them down here onto the rail system, and away we go. Which shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. So, we'll leave this here. We'll come back next time. We'll carry on from there. And I'm going to leave this running, and I'm going to just keep an eye on this for now and see what happens. And we'll take it from there. So, yeah. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the other stops and do the same thing, so we don't have so we can get empty in the train station. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.